just mentioned, we should see more temperatures in the mid-90s next week, but it's never too early to look ahead to the cooler months. Meteorologist Cameron Aaron is breaking down how El Nino may lead to an active winter season across our area.
I know it's early August, but we are already looking ahead to the winter forecast. Now, yesterday, Austin talked about how El Nino impacts the hurricane season, but would you believe me if I said it also has an influence on that winter forecast? Let's talk about that. We have a strong El Nino ongoing off the coast of South America. Because of weak trade winds, those temperatures are nearly 10 degrees above average. Now, during an El Nino winter, the subtropical jet stream dips further to the south and east, and this acts like a conveyor belt for different storm systems through the winter season, and this means a wetter weather pattern for much of the south, and the Climate Prediction Center tends to agree. This map is valid for December through February. You can see that dark bullseye of green right over the Big Bend in South Georgia. This is representing a 60 to 70% chance of above average rainfall. Now, does this mean severe weather? Does this mean winter weather? That's still too early for those specific details, but the forecast looking more and more unsettled for the 2026-2027 winter season across our region.
Get up to 4,000 over KBB.
Talk about taking your time. What you just heard was the sound of a chord that's been years in the making. A tiny organ is playing a piece that won't end for another 600 years. Crowds filled a medieval church in Germany this week to witness the 17th chord change, with sandbags holding down the keys to keep the notes playing. The concert began nearly 25 years ago, playing as slow as possible by American composer John Cage. The next chord change is set for October of next year, and the final note, well, that won't be played until the year 2640. Absolutely incredible right there. That'll do it for us here at 5:30. On behalf of everyone here at WCTV, I'm Bert Sempierre. Thanks for making us a part of your Friday. Abby is back next at the top of the hour.
User can't reset their password, they're not blaming email, they're blaming the product, and that can affect your reputation. Postmark uses dedicated infrastructure, specifically for transactional email. It's completely separate from any marketing sense, so the emails your users are actually waiting on get delivered fast and reliably. Email is an essential part of your product, so it deserves infrastructure that treats it that way. Get a free account with Postmark and make sure that your most critical emails get delivered.
TheWest.com. Eyewitness News starts now with breaking news.
Thanks for joining us on this Friday at 6. Everybody, I'm Abby Walton. Julie and Jacob have the night off. Breaking news within the last hour. For the first time, the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office is now addressing the search for a double murder suspect on camera. Right now, deputies are still searching for Joseph Raker. Raker is accused of killing Rebecca Thomas and John Looper Sunday at a home on Otter Creek Road. The Sheriff's Office reveals in today's video they found their bodies in the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge about 100 yards from each other. Also in today's video, WCSO said they received a call about the shooting Sunday night. Deputies then went to Otter Creek Road to look for people who needed medical help, not to collect evidence. The Sheriff's Office says they found evidence of a confrontation and then had to leave the property to get a search warrant. As they were getting it, a fire started and Raker was pulled from the home and taken to a hospital for smoke inhalation. There, WCSO says investigators talked with Raker.
During the interview, Mr. Raker minimized his involvement in the disappearance of John Looper and Miss Rebecca Thomas. Raker appeared cooperative with the detectives and actually implicated another individual for causing harm to them. This contact with Mr. Raker was consensual and non-custodial, as we had no evidence to support arresting him at the time.
WCSO says after Raker had been released, they found more evidence and took more interviews that gave them enough cause to get an arrest warrant for Raker. Sheriff Miller addressed the growing social media chatter surrounding the case and frustrations about the lack of information.
Some of it's accurate, some of it's incomplete, and some of it is simply not true. When we are unable to release certain information, it is not because we are unwilling to keep the public informed. It is because we are releasing investigative details too early can compromise interviews, evidence, investigative strategies, and ultimately the successful prosecution of this case.
Now, Sheriff Miller says U.S. Marshals are searching for Raker. They say he should be considered dangerous. WCSO did not say where marshals are looking or what methods they may be using. They are offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. We do want to note before this video was released today, we tried to ask WCSO specific questions about their investigation, but they did not respond. Covering South Georgia 3 days after an arson killed a Valdosta man, two men who knew him in very different ways are coming together to remember him. Our Julia Miller joins us live tonight from Valdosta with that story. Julia?
Abby, Joshua Reagan's father, Terry, tells me his son has struggled with drugs throughout his entire life, but recently he's been working really hard to turn his life around, starting right here at this bike shop before he was killed on Tuesday. Sean Eikenbury has owned Valdosta Bikes